Alright guys, so in this video I want to give a very honest, blunt review. It's not really a review, it's just how I feel about the game and if it's worth even buying, playing, so on and so forth. So let's just hop right into it. So for the most part, I'm just gonna be honest. The Avatar fighting game is basically what Dragon Ball Fighterz was when it first started. It's kind of outlining that same path of glory, in my opinion. Yeah, the game released a little rough, but the game is also $30. So how I see it, for $30 you get to be a part of something great, something very magical, something that in my opinion is genuinely underrated. Now this is again my personal anecdote, but even I have a kind of weird circle of friends who are kind of stupid. They kind of just look at Twitter and kind of just roll with what they see, sometimes forget to form their own opinions. But some of them kind of perceive this game as slop or a party game. For what reason, they can't even say, right? I don't blame anyone for thinking that, but honestly, for $30, this game is a hidden gem. I am literally on one of my favorite stages right now. Love this stage, the music, the energy here, the background, everything about this game. Is that Bolin back there? No, it's not Bolin. That's just some camera dude. Everything about this game feels correct to me. You know, again, I'm comparing it to Dragon Ball Fighterz because when I played Dragon Ball Fighterz, I didn't understand the nuances of an anime fighting game to what I understand them now. I didn't understand how important movement was, like even the smallest amount of movement. I didn't understand how important options are. And it flew over my head for a very long time. But as I've played more games, by the way, I had like 2,000 hours in Dragon Ball Fighterz. And I still didn't really understand everything about the game. I just understood enough to win and beat most players. So I would say it, for something to kind of familiarize my emotions and my nerves and my body with that feeling I had, it kind of leads me to believe that the game is on a great path, right? Some quick things I've seen, you know, the internet is super divisive nowadays, more so now than ever. People keep saying like, I don't want my game to die, I hope the devs communicate more, Tokon's right around the corner, ranked is still not out yet. I think these things actually are a blessing in disguise, because a good game will stand on its own two legs no matter what. A good game doesn't need constant like baby, like, oh it's okay baby, we're gonna get a patch out to you on this date. A good game doesn't need that. You know, people will gravitate towards what makes them happy. We all have free will. No one's forcing me to play this game right now. No one's forcing me to make this video right now. It doesn't align with my incentives no more than breathing does. It's just something I want to do, something I look forward to doing, something I need to do. You know, something like I enjoy fighting games. This game is it's one of the most fun experiences I've had in a very long time. And I'm advocating for its well-being. I hope the game does amazing. I know the game will do amazing, assuming the game stays on a very similar trajectory and actually does improve over time and not get worse, right? Some personal highlights for me is the movement. I love, especially a character like Korra. Korra's a rushdown character. So I genuinely appreciate a fast character where their movement is not clunky, right? The game does really well with momentum, so I can actually super jump and like kind of super jump forward and drift backwards in place. Let me do it. That, you may not think that's really important, but if someone is kind of standing right here looking to punish me, I can kind of game the range in my favor a little bit instead of just jumping like right into them. See where she's at? You know, I can kind of, instead of just jumping right into them, you know. So like it's small things like that that I've learned to appreciate, that I normally could not appreciate because I didn't understand the nuance of how important movement can be and the options, having movement, like having good movement, what options it does for you, right? Another thing Korra especially is good at is her flow movement kind of cancels very fast, very instant. So you can move a lot and kind of keep your opponent guessing as to what you want to do. And I love that in the character because I'm very aggressive by nature. I love rushing down people. It's kind of a gift and a curse in a way, because sometimes I will get blindsided and I kind of can become obvious in how I attack and yada yada yada. But yeah, character Korra demonstrates what good movement is about. And what's really interesting is most people, believe it or not, do not like Legend of Korra, and they especially do not like Korra. But with a game like this, with quality like this, and I'm gonna say I'm like whatever on Korra, I genuinely like Korra in this. I never would have I was thinking like I'm gonna play Toph, I'm gonna play Sokka. No, Sokka is an issue. But Korra genuinely fits something I was going for, and that gives me an excuse to go to character select really fast. I love how they have these supports. I love how the supports don't force you to play a particular way. They kind of enforce a play style that you prefer to play as the player. I love it. I love that supports don't necessarily take over the entire character's kit, so you have to rely on just one thing. I like that there's very niche, like this one really, in my opinion, is pretty niche, but it's what I am practicing with because I check color. Hello. Okay, this particular support allows for an install combo that I'm going to do. It basically helps with the consistency and so on and so forth. So it's niche for me and what I want to do. And I understand that if you're going to play Korra, at least if I'm going to play Korra, I'm going to be aggressive. So at some point, I would probably get them in the corner. And this is the combo that, again, I don't think I mentioned this. The beautiful thing is I have watched no content for this game. I've watched no Maximilian Dude, no Diaphone, no Sajam, nothing. So I've gone into this game completely blind from the beginning to now. And it allowed me to just enjoy and learn at my own pace. And now I get to confidently demonstrate something that I learned just in practicing. So this is the install combo. And yeah, so it doesn't matter what kit you get off. It doesn't matter what hit you get. It's pretty consistent. Oh, he's blocking. So you can get this off a light. You can get this off low. You can get this off basically anything, right? So what? Whatever. And then you can kind of game it. You can kind of game it in to get a reset at any point, because you can always just like. And if they're asleep at the wheel, you can just get a reset there. There's some other options you can do, but I'm not gonna go into them. It's just the point is the install combo is consistent because of the support. It knocks them up higher, so you don't have to be super strict with the timing. This timing just what works for me. But yeah, I like that. I like that I can just lean into that and kind of build off of that. And it's not really right or wrong. It's just something that I have been working with. Is it the most optimal? Probably not, right? But I'm having fun. And yeah, that's really just it, dude. Everything about the game is beautiful. I think it is setting a course to be something great. People don't really realize it yet, but if you've played this game and put at least 10-15 hours in this game, you realize that there's something very special here. And yeah, if you're feeling burnt out, or you're feeling like you've played too much, or you're just waiting for the next patch to give yourself a reason to play, pump your brakes, man. It is a game. if you cannot enjoy yourself, kind of get lost in the game, and you feel the need for some like external validation for why you need to keep playing, you are probably playing for the wrong reasons. You know, rank's gonna come out, you can grind to your heart's content, but it's okay that rank's not here. It's okay that there's a little uncertainty in the future. Like I said, a good game will stand on its own legs, regardless of how you feel, how I feel. People will naturally gravitate towards something special, and I think this game is something special. I think there's a character for everyone if you are willing to give it an honest try, right? I think there's a lot of depth here, and I think you don't have to be the most technical player to get the most out of what the game has to offer, but you do have to practice, and you kind of do have to understand what your character is going for, right? Like, you can't just try to make anything and everything work without like no understanding of like what the game plan is, right? And that's just something, again, that takes, you have to practice. It just takes time. Anyways, that's my honest take. Honestly, if you're a fan of fighting games, this is a no-brainer for you. If you actually enjoy the process of learning, the process of winning, the process of losing, the process of falling in love with a game, a piece of medium that you're familiar with, you know, who doesn't like Avatar? I can understand why people wouldn't like Avatar. That was criticism I heard. People were saying it looks cartoony. It's based off a cartoon. What do you... Don't get me started. But yeah, don't get me started. And yeah, honestly, the game is worth it. For $30, you don't have to go on deluxe and the Omega Airbender edition. You don't have to do all that. It's thundering, by the way, if you can hear it raining. So my bad. But yeah, you don't have to go ham. You don't have to get the $60, $50 one. If you want to support them, cool, go for it. But you know, $30 for a great experience, it's like a no-brainer. And yeah, I hope you guys are having fun. If you have any questions about anything, I guess you can ask me. I don't know a whole lot. I just know enough about my character and some other characters to maybe beat some ass, maybe get my ass beat. I don't know. Anyways, that's the video. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. More Avatar on the way, definitely, because the game is gas and I just want to share it with the world. All right, peace.